our inner resources and handle the emotions of our heart. And there comes a moment in every individual's life when we realize that academic brilliance and accolades are not enough to manage life. And then we ask ourselves the right question. Who am I? What is my purpose on this earth? How can I cope with challenges? How can I change my life and my world? It was to answer these very questions and to complete the puzzle of life that the Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual Organization was founded. Like the sequoia tree, whose far-reaching presence stems from a tiny seed, the story of the Brahma Kumaris and its growth begins with a spiritual seed planted into the heart of one man, Dada Lekraj. He soon became known as Brahma Baba. And for him, that seed was experienced as a gift from the divine. A seed that he made a conscious effort to nourish and sustain. This led to the birth of an organization. The story of the Brahma Kumaris. Planting a seed of change.
Brahma Kumaris in United States started service 40 plus years, and it was like a seed. But today it has grown all over United States. There are many, many centers, and we find that people are benefiting a lot.
The Brahma Kumaris is a worldwide spiritual movement and the largest spiritual organization led by women. It is dedicated to personal transformation and committed to uplifting human consciousness globally. With spiritual teachings, meditation, and community service. The Brahma Kumaris was established in 1937 in pre-partitioned India. Today, more than 80 years later, it has grown with a presence in 110 countries, over 4,500 centers, and more than 1 million regular students.
The seed for service was planted in the United States of America over 40 years ago. Myself and Sister Denise were in Canada, and during that time, the Brahma Kumaris were thinking about something that we called as a world service. So we wanted to bring this message of peace and spiritual knowledge to American people. We drove to San Francisco, California, around the same time as our regional director, Sister Mohini, arrived to New York from the Caribbean islands. 4 decades ago, what began as a humble initiation has now been able to bring peace and joy to thousands of individuals and families across America through our meditation and retreat centers.
Soon after, meditation and retreat centers started to sprout up throughout the United States.
The spiritual organization invites people from all walks of life to come and learn the art of Raj Yoga meditation free of cost. everyone, regardless of religion, race, social, or economic status, is welcome to study the spiritual knowledge and meditation.
Meditation is a very, very simple practice to connect the mind with the true self and to experience inner peace and inner harmony. And that helps to increase the power to discern and to make right choices.
Meditation is at the heart of the Brahma Kumaris teaching, which enables people to relax, reflect, contemplate, and realize their true inner power. It is an effective tool to overcome everyday stress, anxiety, depression, and fear. At the heart of the Brahma Kumaris' work is the desire to help people rediscover their innate potential. But over the years in the United States and around the world, the activities of the Brahma Kumaris spread even more, with new and strong branches in the form of international projects. The aim of these initiatives has been simple: to bring a shift in human consciousness for a better world.
There's a purpose to the Brahma Kumaris being at the United Nations. And the purpose is to reaffirm faith in the dignity and worth of the human being. So the way we do this is that we bring to the table, we integrate into the programs of the United Nations a spiritual trajectory of awareness, attitude, vision, action as a subtle dynamic to transformation.
Brahma Kumaris International Projects, Million Minutes of Peace, Global Cooperation for a Better World, Parliament of World Religions, Living Values Education, Images and Voices of Hope, Celebrating Human Greatness, Brahma Kumaris and the Youth, Spotlight Values, Om Cafe, 7 Billion Acts of Goodness, Peace in the Park Festivals,
Wherever the Brahma Kumaris centers exist, it plays a significant role in the community. Whether it's for natural disasters such as wildfires, which we had recently, hurricanes, floods, earthquakes, we are there to help. People need coping skills in dealing with these disasters, and we're available to help them with that. Wherever we can, we, the Brahma Kumaris, are there to serve.
Now that the tree has grown, it can provide not only an inspiration for our inner strength, but also a canopy to protect our inner peace and personal fulfillment.
The biggest change and benefit I've noticed from being part of the Brahma Kumaris is being able to step outside my thoughts and become the observer of them.
I like to come to the center because it's fun to play and I feel safe and happy when I'm there.
They provide an open place where anyone from any different background can come to meditate.
Meditation made my life easier.
it's like I have this key, this golden key that opens up a beautiful treasure box.
The true treasure is finding out who you really, really are.
What I love about here, they love me, and I love them.
Maybe it's time for every one of us to plant in our hearts this precious spiritual seed and share it with humanity, so that we may all retrieve our lost inner paradise. The Brahma Kumaris centers all over the world are waiting to welcome you and offer you such a seed in which rests the power to transform your life.
I would like to welcome Sister Shivani on behalf of New Jersey State API. And she doesn't need any introduction. She's a globally known leader and mentor. We had a great session last night, and I got so many messages after the session that they really appreciate what she mentored. And I would also like to welcome Dr. Neha. She's an internal medicine physician working in New Jersey. She has been treating COVID patients professionally as well as spiritually because she's a member of Brahma Kumaris in Edison. Please, now I would like to call Dr. Neha to take forward. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Sangeeta. And thank you, Sangeeta. And first of all, I would like to thank New Jersey State API for creating this event. We had a similar event, as you said, last night, and it went very well. So we'll go to the second session today. But before that, I will announce that during this session, if you do have any questions, you can post it in the chat box, and our team will take those questions at the end with Sister Shivani, and we'll have a question and answer session after this talk. So during the talk, if you have any questions, any concerns, you can write them down on the chat box, and we will take them afterwards. And now, without wasting much time, I would like to invite Sister Shivani, who does not need any introduction. She is globally known. She has helped millions of people around the globe with her profound wisdom. And so this is our honor to have her in second day in a row. And we are honored to invite her. Welcome, Sister Shivani.
Shanti, and thank you. We're all family here together. So I would just like to ask, how many of us were there last night? So if most of us were there last night, we can just take it forward from there. And, we could have more of an interaction and take it forward. If most of us are coming here first time on this webinar, then I'd like to repeat the basics which we need to do with our ways of thinking. So is it possible to have a quick idea just with all our family members who are there here on Zoom? I just got one message. Please repeat. Not there last night. First time. Dr. Sangeeta, could you give us a rough idea whether most of us are first time?
Actually, I won't know like how many people are coming back. So maybe you can just start with a minute of last night and then start.
Yeah. No, I just could see the messages which are coming in the chat, and everyone's writing first time.
Yes.
So most of it is coming as first time, right, Dr. Neha? Is that what you're getting also? Right.
First time.
First time. Yeah. Okay. Let's just take a minute of silence first. And connect to the Supreme Power and radiate blessings and love. And lots of prayers to the souls who have moved forward on their journey in their last couple of months. Their families, to those who are going through the process of healing. And to each one who's there selflessly and tirelessly, taking care of others. Blessings and love to each one. Om Shanti and good morning. We're going through times where we need healing energy. And healing energy, like we all know, is not just about the body, but healing energy is the vibration that we all create. Healing for every mind, healing for every body, healing for the environment, and healing for the planet. Just this evening, I was on a webinar which was organized in London, and it was a program of a day which they had arranged. And the topic of the program was healing the planet. A very beautiful word, healing the planet, because healing is the energy the planet needs right now. Treatment and healing are two different words. When we say, I am a doctor, I treat, then we're talking about body. We're talking about medicines, procedures, surgeries, which treat the body. But along with treating the body, each one of you, in your own beautiful way, heals people. We're not talking of COVID. We're just talking of our normal day-to-day life where we interact with so many who are going through a disease and are also upset or anxious about it. And when they meet their doctor, just that peaceful, calm energy, just those few words of encouragement, and the patient and the family haven't started the treatment yet, but the vibrations and the words of the healer starts giving ease to the mind. And the patient feels very safe with the doctor and has faith. I'm with the right healer and I'm certain I will come out of this. No treatment, no medicine yet. It's still to be written on that sheet of paper. Treatment has yet to start, but healing has already begun. And when the mind of the patient is eased and relaxed, they start feeling better already. And sometimes they even say to the doctor, "Aapse milke mera aadha dard dur ho gaya." I'm feeling better just by meeting you here today. So what is it that is making them feel better? Is their calm mind. And who is it that calmed and created that peaceful mind? Was the mind of the healer. And that's where vibration works. Our energies influence the energies of people around us. We've all experienced being in the presence of people. In some people's presence, we get stressed. And in some people's presence, we feel very calm and peaceful because energy transfers, energy vibrates from one person to the other. We've all used vocabulary like, I don't like the vibes I'm getting from this person, or I'm getting very good vibes from this person. So vibes is our vibrations, and vibrations is our energy field. And our energy field is created by every thought we create, every intention we have, every feeling we have, every word we speak, and every behavior. That's our aura. That is our energy field. That is our vibrations. These are the vibes that people feel from us. And our vibes have an healing effect on bodies, on minds of people, on the planet, the environment. Everything gets influenced by our vibrations. So we influence by our vibrations, and we also get influenced by the vibrations of people around us. Vibrations of places. Go to a temple, a church, a mosque, a gurdwara. It's a high energy vibration place. Just enter the high energy vibration place, there is a soothing effect on the mind. Some other opposite places, different energies. Every house has a different vibration. Similarly, a hospital, a healing center has a vibration. All these vibrations are influencing people. And then a collective vibration, which is the vibration of the world. Before COVID, we were living in times where the vibration of the planet had a certain element of stress, aggression, anger, irritation, even a little hatred sometimes, fear and anxiety. There was also calm, there was also happiness. There were a lot of mixed vibrations. But yet we were not at our highest vibrations because we had labeled a lot of uncomfortable emotions like stress and anger as normal. And we allowed ourselves to be at that energy field. And then came this virus. And almost each one of us just responded to that situation with an emotion of fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. And then came the disease. And then came death. And many of us were helpless with this energy around us because we were not very sure of whether we had the right methods and the tools to work with it. And so there was a lot of insecurity also. And then as this spread to different parts of the world, suddenly everyone was created almost the same vibration. And now, when it's almost in every continent, fear and anxiety have become the normal vibration. And that has become the vibration of the world, which we call the collective consciousness of the planet. We created this vibration, and now it's the collective consciousness of the planet. So we're also getting influenced by that vibration. A simple proof whether I'm getting influenced by the vibrations, you're sitting with yourself and you say, okay, enough. Now just for 5 minutes, I want to relax. I don't want to think about this for 5 minutes. I need to take a break. My mind needs a break. And you just sit for 5 minutes by yourself, away from everything. But within a minute or two, you start feeling the same emotion again. And you say, I didn't want to think about it. Why am I again feeling the same anxiety? Why is that same thought coming to me? What will happen here? What will happen to me? Why is this thought coming to me? Because it's in the air. It's in the air. We are transmitters of energy. We're also receivers of energy. So it's in the air. So we are also getting influenced by that collective consciousness of fear and anxiety. And because everybody's labeled it as normal, most of us are not even thinking that there's another option. That is there an option to be able to be calm in a crisis? We thought crisis outside automatically means crisis inside. We already had our own personal crisis, and now we suddenly have a global crisis. Where did we have the strength to manage it? But the need of the hour, crisis outside, the necessity right now is a high vibration healing energy, which is going to protect every mind, protect every body, protect everyone who's going through healing right now, radiate ripple effect all over the world, and change the vibration of the planet. We need healing energy, and that's high vibration energy, what we need right now. For which, one simple equation which we will change today, and that is my mind, my every thought is my choice. I am independent of the vibrations of people and situations around me. The vocabulary which said, there's so much pressure there, obviously I'll get stressed. They're two different words. Pressure is there. Stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. Pressure is outside. That's the numerator. That's there, certain. Very, very high numerator right now. Pressure is very high. But stress is not equal to pressure. Stress is equal to pressure divided by resilience. That resilience is the denominator. That resilience is my inner power. That denominator is my every thought and every word in response to the pressure. We ignored the denominator and we said pressures are so high, stress is natural. Need of the hour. We need to increase our denominator so that we overcome this crisis. There are only two options. Either the crisis will overpower us or we will overpower the crisis. And for that, our denominator has to be very, very high. So we need to start living with awareness that I have a choice what to think here. And my moral responsibility towards myself, towards my patients, towards my family, and towards the world is to think carefully. I cannot casually, just casually create fear and anxiety because it's a ripple effect which is reaching to everyone on the planet. I cannot do that right now. I cannot radiate pain to people who are already in pain. I need to radiate peace to people who are in pain. And so I have to take responsibility of every thought I create and every word I speak. And so consciously, we will start working on the denominator, the inner resilience, this, choosing our every thought and word carefully. People around you might say stress is normal, fear is normal, it's natural. And we will say no, natural right now. What is right now is calm and peace because we have a crisis at hand. Like we've all been taking care of everything that needs to be done physically, another element which has to be introduced to every individual that if you want to protect yourself, please start thinking and speaking right. Sanitize yourself from the emotional vibrations of people around you. Else, this mind will not be able to cope up with the pressure, which it has been doing for the last 2 months and maybe would have to do for another couple of months. So we will start changing our vocabulary, our ways of thinking and speaking. And it's very simple. It's very simple because we are the creator. Outside is the stimulus. Here is the response. And I, the being, have the freedom how to respond to the stimulus. And I have the knowledge that my response needs to be a healing energy response. And as healers, people who are sitting at home, it's very easy for them to do this. They only have to be a little aware and they will be able to do it. For healers, it may look like it's very tough, but for a healer, the responsibility is even higher than the ones who are sitting at home. Because the ones who are sitting at home are not in that energy field, are not going through that crisis situation. But because you have a crisis every single day and many times in a day, where you are seeing death and disease constantly during the day, helpless, for you to be at a lower vibration right now is not safe. Is not safe. Because if it's like a battery, if you're at a 50% charged battery here, but there's so much of discharge around you, it will just suck your energy down. And when your energy gets sucked down, the body gets tired and fatigued. And especially in times when we are overworked, we're constantly working. We have to be very high energy here. So instead of thinking that, oh, as a doctor, I cannot remain peaceful, I will need to change my vocabulary and say, because I am a doctor, because I am a healer, I will have to be. It's my responsibility towards myself, towards my family, and towards my patients, and towards my colleagues with whom I am working. I will have to be at a higher energy. Normal people in their normal lives would never sanitize their hands so many times in the day. Would go to a hospital and we would always see doctors before COVID also. Hand wash was such a priority because you're surrounded by it. Similarly, right now, mind wash is a priority. We will have to be at that high vibration. So let's start changing our vocabulary from today and shift from fear is normal in these times to I'm fearless, I'm confident, I'm calm, I'm peaceful. Only we will say it, even if we are not feeling it. We may not be feeling it right now. Most of us are not even feeling it, not even feeling a trace of being calm and peaceful. We will only start speaking it. Like we chant, like we meditate, like we pray. We are feeling very stressed, very anxious, but we start repeating high energy words when we pray, when we chant. Why do we say it? We're not feeling it, but we start speaking it. And when we start speaking it, our energy starts changing. It starts creating a shift here and then a shift in the whole body. And that is why we pray, we meditate, we chant. But now we just have to take that one step further, that prayer, meditation, and chant cannot be limited to few minutes of the day, because we need healing energy for the planet, not just for my mind, but for the world. So that high vibration prayers and chant and meditation cannot be limited to few minutes in the morning or in the day, but it will have to be my normal way of thinking and speaking, because the vibration around me otherwise will suck me down. So we will have to start being here, even if people around us are here. Because if people around us are at a lower vibration and we are at an average vibration, we will get sucked down. But if we are at a higher vibration, we will pull them up. And when we pull them up, we will be pulling families up. We will be pulling our patients emotionally up. We will be pulling our nurses, our colleagues, empowering them to a higher energy. We will also be creating a very peaceful, calming effect on the souls whom you can see are leaving their body. You will become that angel for them, who will radiate that calm and peace to them to make that transition easier for them. You are their family also now. So you will have a very soothing effect on them also. Just one message from you with your vibration will make it easier for the family to understand and accept what has happened. Communication. We normally find it so difficult to say this to people. But communication is not only about body language and words. The first level of communication is our vibrations. And sometimes we don't need to use words. Our vibrations communicate what needs to be said. And so that's the need of the hour, communicating just by being the person who I am. So along with all the effort and hard work selflessly that each one of you is doing outside, just one little effort more, that along with treating, I will start healing, because that healing is my protection and the protection of everyone around me. Very simple tools to start doing that, because we want to create high energy thoughts and words. In Hindi, it's a very beautiful line. Sankalp se siddhi. Sankalp means thought and siddhi means manifest. The thoughts we create manifest. They become a reality. We've heard about law of attraction. We've experimented with it also, and many of us have seen the results. It's the time to use it in our lives and on the world at large. Sankalp se siddhi, thoughts manifest. And the second line is Sankalp se srishti, thoughts create the world, because it's vibrations which ripple and create everything on this planet. Once we understand these two equations, we realize the importance of our every thought and every word. We cannot create casual conversations, normal conversations of the world. Our every word will be a high energy blessing for ourselves, for our family, for our patients, for the world, for everyone. So in order to make this a very natural way of thinking and speaking, we need to take care of the first few thoughts in the morning. Our source of thoughts is the information we consume. Fear and anxiety is not only because of what's happening in the hospital around us, but it's also because for more than 2 months, we've been consuming constant information. That information has started affecting here also. So as healers, it's administrators, government officials who need to work on protecting the city, state, and the country. They have to take care of the statistics and of the spread. But as healers, your role is only to take care of the people there in front of you. It's your people, your patients in your hospital. And your responsibility is only healing them. And for that, just for a few days, for a month, please protect yourself from that constant consumption of media information. In fact, we just don't need to consume anything that's coming across on TV channels or radios. We don't need to. We only need to be focused on our responsibility area. Medical information, we study. Rest, what's happening in the world, we don't need to know. 5 minutes in the day, we can update ourselves with the print media information. But audio and visual media is not very safe for the mind right now because it's a constant repetition. That is also affirmation because it's being said repeatedly. It's an affirmation. And that affirmation also becomes manifestation here. So let's protect ourselves from consumption of media and social media for some time. First thing in the morning, let's keep at least 30 minutes for ourselves. Let's begin the day energizing this battery. Like we charge our phones before we leave, let's charge the mind before we leave. So first 30 minutes of the morning, just choose whatever you like, but let it be pure, powerful, positive content. That's where we study spiritual knowledge, spiritual study, any book positive, even if you could study miracles that have happened in the healthcare, because the more you will read and hear miracles, the more your mind will have the power to create miracles in your hospital. You just need to flood your mind with miracles because then your mind will think, your words will talk, and then you will manifest miracles. We don't need to create and consume information of helplessness, not having enough information of what to do. We will consume information of where mind power overpowered scientific prediction and created miracles. Those are listed as miracles in our scientific journals. It's the time to create many, many miracles now. And miracle only means a powerful mind, which overpowered what science thought would happen with the body, whether it meant side effects of a particular medicine, whether it meant outcome of a particular disease. It's the power of the mind which overpowered a scientific prediction. That's a miracle. And right now it's time to create miracles. So first 30 minutes, spiritual study or any choice of content, but which has to be very pure and positive, energizing the battery. 15 minutes of meditation, which means contemplation on what we have studied, visualizing it, and seeing how we are going to use it during the day. Connecting to the higher power. We all talk to the Supreme. We pray, we meditate. Right now is the time to also have a personal conversation. It's like when we are not able to do something, when we are feeling very helpless, we always look towards someone for support, an elder, a senior, a parent, a guide. Right now, there seems to be nobody. It's time to look there for support. Have a personal conversation. Share with that higher power everything that's happening in your life, everything that's happening in the hospital. Share about what is the condition of your every patient. It's like talking to a senior doctor from whom you're looking for guidance and advice. Share everything. And then surrender and say, I am not able to do this. But I am your angel, I'm your instrument. And I have full faith that you will use me to heal your children today in my hospital. You will use me. I'm going to keep a silent mind, and I allow you to guide me in doing what is needed for each one. Surrender, become light, and then go to the hospital. An hour every morning in the house should have high energy words playing in the house, whether it's prayer, chanting, mantras. High energy words in the house is a soothing effect for everybody. Even while you're driving in the car, is the time to put in the earpiece or the Bluetooth and listen to something which is very, very powerful, motivating, and positive. Then we will create a few affirmations today because many of us have not yet learned meditation. And affirmations are conscious, high energy line sentences which will overpower our ordinary negative thoughts. During the day, after every hour or every 2 hours, we will just pause for 1 minute. If we don't have 1 minute, we will pause for 30 seconds and we will repeat our affirmation. It's like teaching our mind another new language. It's a new language, so we need to revise it a couple of times in the day. And then just before going to sleep, we need to sleep with a very silent, peaceful mind. If we sleep with a peaceful mind, then when we wake up, the first thing in the morning, our intuition power is very high and we will get solutions here. Because right now we don't have the solutions here, so we will have to find the solutions here. Each one has that innate power, the intuition power to find the solutions there. But for that, we have to sleep well. So about last 30 minutes before going to sleep, withdraw from all technology because most of you are staying alone, not staying with family. So when you're staying alone and you come back, you tend to watch something on television or phone, iPad, but not the last 30 minutes. No content in the last 30 minutes of that quality. And just write out everything that's there on your mind so that you can empty this thing here. Write a letter, write a diary, bring it all out. And then last 10-15 minutes, again, watch, read, or listen to some very pure, powerful, positive content. So the last words that go inside should be very high energy words. And those high energy words will work on your mind, subconscious mind, and on your body throughout those 5-6 hours of sleep. And when you wake up after that sleep, not just the body will be rested, the mind will be energized, your aura will be at a higher frequency, and you'll be ready for the day, not just to treat, but to heal people. So the first in the morning and the last thing in the night is very important, and a minute after every 1 hour. Another very important influence on our mind, on our thoughts and our words is the energy, the vibration of the food we eat. We've all heard you are what you eat. In Hindi, it's a very beautiful line, Jaisa an, vaisa man. As is the vibration of the food, so is the state of the mind. As is the vibration of the water, so are the words we speak. Jaisa pani, vaisi vani. Whenever you're free, just Google water memory and you'll see all the scientific evidence there is about how water consumes vibrations. Right now, water, food, fruit, most of it has consumed fear and anxiety from the collective consciousness around. So we should have high energy words playing in the kitchen of the house, kitchen of the hospital, so that everything gets energized with those pure, powerful vibrations of those words. Let's experiment with a vegetarian diet for a few months, because a non-vegetarian diet already has vibrations of fear and anxiety. We all know animal in a slaughterhouse. What's the state of mind? What are the emotions? What are the hormones secreted? And what's the vibration of that food in my plate? So when I want to delete fear and anxiety from here, I cannot consume food which already has fear and anxiety as an energy. So let's switch to a very, very strict vegetarian sattvic diet for some time. So vegetarian diet, cooked with very high energy words in the kitchen, and then just before eating, pause for 20 seconds. We were always taught to pray before we eat. Just for 20 seconds, pray and repeat those affirmations with the food. And every time you have a glass of water, cup of tea, coffee, pause for 10 seconds, pray, repeat the affirmations. If we do this first thing in the morning, a minute after every hour or 2 hours, last thing before we go to sleep, 3 times when we have our meals, and about 5 to 6 times when we have a glass of water, 2 times we drink a cup of tea, on an average, it comes to about 15 to 20 times a day, consciously creating high energy thoughts. And if we do this even for 1 week, 20 times a day, consciously creating the same high energy vibrations, high energy thoughts and words, within a week, you will find a shift here. You will find yourself shifting to a higher energy. Your energy field would shift towards calm and peace. And not only you will feel the difference, people will start feeling the difference around you. And together, all this energy will create the miracles in the healing that is happening in your hospital. So this is very simple, very, very simple, very easy to do. We don't need to meditate for this because we still haven't learned it, but we will definitely learn after this. Some of us feel we are not inclined towards spirituality, but doesn't mind. We don't need to do that either. All that we need to do is start thinking and speaking those high energy words. They are very, very simple words. They are our vocabulary, which we use sometimes. Now we're going to use it every time. And when we do it multiple times during the day, our vibrations will have a ripple effect, not just on people around us, but on the world. That's the power we have. We have the power to change the world. Sankalp se srishti hoti hai. There are a lot of souls who are leaving their body right now. And they're living in an environment of fear. It's our responsibility to make that transition of love and dignity. There's so much we are doing, multiple roles. It all seems so much to handle, but everything will happen with ease if we just handle our things here. It will influence everything. So let's start taking care of ourselves, and that will then create magic in everyone's life around us. So after we do the question and answers at the end, we will end with a little meditation, which will have those affirmation thoughts, and we will also share it with each one of you. Just for 8-10 days. Just do it morning, night, every 1 or 2 hours, and definitely before eating and drinking. Please do not eat or drink anything without taking that pause of 20 seconds. We've yet not experimented, but trust us, it's really, really very deep effect of vibrations of food and water on our minds. You meditate, you pray, you take care here, and then you just consume something which is vibrating at a lower frequency, and there you'll go. That's how deep the impact is. You are what you eat is absolutely the truth. So we need to really experiment with that. So after taking a few questions, we will do the meditation in the end and the affirmations, which we can then start practicing on a daily basis. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Sister Shivani. So, such simple answers to such a complex problem. So, we'll take our first question today. So, the first question, this is from actually last night, but because of time, we couldn't take it. What do you advise physicians who have to play God by deciding who gets ventilators or who doesn't?
Each one of you has the purest intention. When intentions are pure, decisions should not be questioned. Guilt is to be created when we are doing something which is morally and ethically incorrect. Right now, you must be going through a lot of guilt because it's something you've never done. It's something which we were not prepared for. It's something which we never ever thought we would have to do. And to see something like that cannot be easy for anyone's mind. But if that's the role we have to play right now, then we also have to prepare our mind to play the role right. Why? Because when you take a decision, your decision is right. You know that the decision is right. The decision may not be nice, but the decision is right. They're two different things. So the decision is right, your conscience is clear, your intention is pure. The decision is right. Why we need to create the right thoughts? Because the soul who will leave, the body has to leave with a message from the healer that the decision that the healer took was right. And so the soul who leaves will also catch these vibrations that whatever is happening with me is right. But if the healer and everyone around the patient is creating a lot of these complicated thoughts like this is wrong, I'm doing wrong with this person, I'm doing wrong with this person, that soul who is leaving the body or who will leave the body because of the decision will catch the vibration, and the last thought here on that soul will be, people have wronged me. And that soul will move forward on the journey, but they will carry this impression, people wronged me. But that's not the truth. People did not wrong them. They took the right decision, but they created a thought that we were doing wrong. But the soul leaving cannot differentiate between these two things. They will only catch the vibrations, consume that energy, people wronged me, and that soul will enter the womb of the mother. And that soul will carry that sanskar throughout their life after that. People wronged me. And it will become difficult for that individual to trust people in their new life because very, very deep ingrained system. People betrayed me. People wronged me. So when you're taking that very, very difficult decision, only if you change your thought here, you're going to make it very, very easy, not just for you and for people around you, not just for the family, but most important, you're going to give a blessing, a gift to that soul who's leaving on the journey forward. By sending them this prayer and blessing, what is being done is with the purest intention. This is the right decision right now. And we radiate blessings to you as you take a new healthy costume and move forward for a beautiful journey. Bless them, pray for them, and help them to live with that dignity and faith that whatever happened with me was right. It was the right decision. This will change the energy of everyone involved in that decision.
Thank you. And I know few of you are asking for the affirmations, and that you will be getting at the end. And also, if you want to give your email, so we can email you the list of affirmations that we have. And the second question is, please provide example to calm the anxiety of a scared and anxious healthcare provider with not enough PPE or appropriate PPE to protect themselves in order to provide the care that is needed.
Physical protection is obviously a necessity. But in a situation where you do not have that physical adequate protection, sometimes even if you are wearing that protective gear, still the mind could be creating a thought, what if? And that thought is like an inviting energy. What if? So whether we are wearing the gear and protected physically, or in one of those rare situations where you do not have the gear, but we have to do this every single day, many, many times a day. God's power and blessings, the higher source, God's power and blessings is a circle of white light around me. It's a circle. and you draw this circle many, many times in a day. It really works. This is a protection shield. It doesn't mean we're not using that. That's physical protection. But in case we don't have it, we're not going to create this thought, what if? We will protect ourselves. God's power and blessings is a circle of white light around me. And the next thought, nothing, absolutely nothing can enter my circle. I'm protected. I'm safe. I'm protected. Just keep repeating this to yourself and protect yourself. I'm protected. I'm safe. I'm protected by God's power. I'm protected. We can either talk like that, or we can say, I'm not, I'm vulnerable, I will consume. We cannot afford to say those words. So just protect yourself with the higher vibration, thoughts, powers, and blessings.
Thank you. And so another question is, how do we manage situations when either family or patients have different faith and do not believe in soul or rebirth?
Everyone's belief can be different, but everyone believes that there is a mind. Soul is a spiritual language word. The word can be light, the word can be consciousness, the word can be conscience, the word can be soul, the word can be spirit, the word can be power, it can be. Words are so many. It's not the word. Let's not go in the word. The concept is important. This is the body, and this is the energy which runs this body. The energy which thinks, feels, decides, and uses this body to come into action. There's nobody who will not believe that there is a mind which creates thoughts and feelings. And so we say the same thing to them in terms of thoughts, vibrations, and feelings. Even if somebody does not believe on rebirth, but at least they will believe that the soul leaving, we need to make their journey very dignified and respectful by radiating those high energy words to them and blessing them. So even if they don't believe in rebirth, but at least the transition, at least the journey for the soul has to be made peaceful. We all pray after somebody leaves. We say rest in peace after someone leaves. But how will that soul rest in peace? Only if we are radiating peaceful vibrations to that soul while they are there, while they are leaving, and after they have left. Then they will be in peace.
Thank you, Sister Shivani. I know time is running short, so now I would like to introduce Dr. Binod Sinha, who is the president of New Jersey State API, and he was recently appointed as the head of COVID-19 plasma donation for API also. And as a person, he's an extremely nice, generous, and a kind person. And, he has a special eye for the younger generation. He is always trying to help. And that is why they have so many younger physicians in API nowadays. And he's a leading urologist as well. So I would like to welcome Dr. Binod Sinha. Welcome, Dr. Binod Sinha.
Thank you very much. I've been watching this. It's so informative. I want to thank Sister Shivani to do this event yesterday and today. And we are looking forward for future, because what we are going through, it has not ended. It's going to continue for several months. And we need some support like this to the community, to the doctors and non-doctors. So I really want to thank for Sister to do this event with the support of all of you. Again, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sinha. And now I would like to invite Dr. Kala, who is the head of our retreat center in Peace Village and who's the director. And she's also a retired pediatrician. And Sister Kala, welcome.
Yes, it's indeed my pleasure to have been listening to Sister Shivani yesterday and today, and I'd like to thank her from the bottom of her heart. I'd like to thank Dr. Sinha from API, New Jersey, to have taken this initiative and to really made an impact on the physicians and others who have been attending since either 1 day or 2 days. Our thanks also goes to the Edison Center, which is located in Piscataway, and they are, of course, working offline right now, and they have supported the program a lot. They had been supporting, they've been receiving calls from people requesting, asking questions and having brief conversations with families and so on. So please, you are welcome to contact the Edison Center for that. They're offering themselves for a weekly program, which is a Sunday, every Sunday, 8:30 to 9, for meditation for medical professionals. They already have a meditation going on every day, 12 noon. For people that are affected, families and medical professionals are especially invited to join that. And there is an upcoming online retreat coming up at Peace Village, which is Nurture the Heart of the Healer. This is on Sunday, the 25th. It's 3, 4 or 4 sessions. You're welcome to attend 1, 2, or more of those sessions. And again, the information is all being projected. The information for the Edison Center is being projected also. And so I'd like to really, again, thanks the New Jersey API and Sister Shivani and everyone who has supported this program so graciously. I know I myself have taken quite a lot of sustenance from this few minutes that we have spent together, Sister Shivani, and thank you for making us aware of our moral responsibility for the mind wash, so something to really take home, and also the simple methods you have shown us to take care of ourselves, take care of our family, take care of patients, the hospital, and of course the world at large. I think we have started something that's going to continue for a long time. And to assure Dr. Sinha that we are available, we will be available for ongoing support, ongoing programs, meditations, either one-to-one, collectively, as we have announced. So thank you again. Thanks to everyone for joining us. And I'm now looking forward to a very powerful time meditation with Sister Shivani, in which she will include the affirmations. And the affirmations will also be projected later on and sent to you by email if you provide us the email. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you so much, Didi. For all the healers, if you want families of patients would need any kind of emotional support, think like Dr. Kala has shared, it's really beautiful to just connect them to the center. Even a phone on a video call, the sisters can really work with the families and help them to remain strong and radiate those vibrations, because it's very important that the family sitting at home while their member is being treated in hospital needs to constantly radiate this high energy vibrations through meditation to their family member. Because if they don't do that, then they would be radiating the opposite energy of anxiety, because they cannot go and physically see them. So just sitting at home can get quite difficult for many of them. So if they are in touch with the sisters, then their vibrations will also be a healing tool for you, because they would be sending very high energy words from their sitting at home, even though they don't know what's happening. So the sisters at the centers can really help every family member go through this. Let's sit back and let's breathe in and out for 3 times and relax the body. Meditation is affirmation plus visualization. And then we create the thought and we feel the energy of that thought. And the vibration of that thought then radiates to the body and to everyone around me. So as I say these few lines, you take every thought and you say it to yourself inside and visualize it. Thoughts manifest, sankalp se siddhi. So we will create the thought which we want reality to be. I am the master of this body, the creator of every thought, feeling, intention. I, the energy, am the master of this body. I am a divine being. Purity, divinity is my energy field. My every thought is pure. My every word is a blessing. I vibrate at the highest frequency of divinity. I am a powerful being, untouched by the vibrations around me. I am fearless and confident. I have faith, faith in the higher power, faith in myself, faith in my patience, and faith in the people who work with me. Faith can move mountains. Faith can create miracles. I have faith. My body is perfect and healthy and will always be. My body is perfect and healthy and will always be. God's power and blessings is a circle of white light around me. Please draw the circle. God's power and blessings is a circle of white light around me. It's my protection shield. I'm safe, I'm protected. God's power is a circle around my family. Please circle each family member. They are safe, they are protected. God's power and blessings around my every patient, my every team member. See them with that circle of light around them. They are safe, perfect, healthy body. God's power and blessings. Circle of white light around the globe. Each one on this planet is happy, healthy, safe, that thing which had come into this world. It's gone, it's finished forever. Forever, never to come again. The world is safe. It's a beautiful world. I'm God's angel, and He is using me to radiate happiness and health to the world. I am His instrument, just an instrument, an angel for the world. Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Shanti. Thank you, Sister Shivani. So now thank you. So now we will be posting the affirmation list after this, and anyone who hasn't gotten it can get it from when we post it on the screen. And also from the Edison team, I would like to thank Sister Shivani, Dr. Binod Sinha, entire team of New Jersey API, Sangeeta, Dr. Kala, and everyone who took the time out and joined for this session. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you. Om Shanti.
Thank you.